the Highlands of Scotland to Tulu fishing community of India, middle-age feudal Japan to the present-day Mumbai underworld. Distinct settings and periods have got connected through cinema in various adaptations of William Shakespeare's Macbeth. Well, of course, greed, sexuality, betrayal or guilt, the key themes of the famous Shakespeare drama, are not something native to any particular time and place. They are in fact capable of impacting any setting. Actor-director Dileesh Pothan establishes this universality of Macbeth wonderfully in his latest directorial, Joji. With his minimalistic treatment of omnipresent themes so as to set the tale of castles, kings and witches into a Malayali household within the rubber plantations of Kottayam. And then again, there are aspects which leave us wanting more, considering the tremendous expectations we had from the Fahadh Faasil Dileesh Pothan combo, back after two masterpieces which fascinated critics and masses alike. We will discuss all that and more in this meta-analysis of Joji, which will contain certain spoilers without which we find it difficult to celebrate this brilliant film. So if you haven't watched the film, come back once you view it on Amazon Prime to deep dive into this detailed analysis of Joji. Remaining relevant and thriving in a changing world is perhaps the crux of a successful adaptation. And Joji excels at that right from frame one. A gun gets into the household which isn't even a real one. It's a toy gun, which when shot at a rubber plant results in latex drips down, much like blood. Blood which it will eventually lead to. Fahadh Faasil and Unnimaya Prasad, characters who symbolize Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, stand on two sides of a large kitchen while they talk about their future and frustrations. The kitchen, from where everyday politics of our families might be running. And when a crime is being executed, we hear a washing machine in the background. This is not the world of kings, swords, and battlegrounds of the original text, or not even the replica of the world equivalent proportions as in Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood or Vishal Bhardwaj's Maqbool. Joji is about the horrors of the household chores, menace of the mundane. This bringing down of stakes and proportions while retaining the ominous vibes of violence is real knockout from director Dileesh and writer Shyam Pushkaran. They never attempt in creating a like-to-like mapping of the characters and set pieces of the play. Instead, they try to focus on the key themes and how they fit into the contemporary society. The proportions might be lesser, but the instincts aren't, even if they significantly vary from the original. The politics and hierarchy as we have in Macbeth is well established early into the film. The ever-so-protective King of Scotland is transposed into a strong patriarch of the family, Kottappan, the father of Jomon, Jason and Joji. In the cleverest deviation from the text, this father is no protector and cares very less for his sons and family. Instead, there's a sense of master-slave relation between the father and the sons. When it comes to Joji, he is at the worst receiving end. In another intelligent subtext, a mirror father-son relation is referred, when the father, as in the Christian priest, suggests that even if Kottappan is suffering and dies, the sermon to God for his well-being cannot be interrupted. Such an oxymoron of a situation and sarcastic take at the tree of power hierarchy, starting from the institutionalized God himself. Joji too is no Macbeth in terms of strength or vigor, but a slothy dude, as the English subtitles suggest, mostly in his capri pants, sleeping or loitering around. Fahadh's frail frame that we have in this film particularly stands in contrast to the physique of his father and brothers. His crimes are also not led by greed or ambition, unlike Macbeth, but are more from a point of view of vengeance and assurance of liberty. Macbeth wanted to rule the land. Joji wants to fly drones or wear a digital watch which his father's present does not permit. The film also doesn't look into his sexuality, something he's yet to afford. It's actually another striking subversion in this film where the female presence is extremely limited and hardly felt. Kuttappan's wife is never discussed. Jomon is divorced, and Unnimaya Prasad's Binsi, who symbolizes Lady Macbeth, is not Joji's wife but his sister-in-law, wife of Jason. There's no sexual chemistry between the two, and instead Binsi stands as the dumb witness who is aware of what is happening but only has a passive support. Yes, there's an indicative question here or a comment there, but hardly near to the kind of obsession we relate with Lady Macbeth. Well, that's obvious. As the only female in the patriarchal setup of the film, Binsi hardly has any say. Forget ambition, obsession, or passion. And thus, when she doesn't prevent Joji from his crimes, it's again out of hope for some more freedom and not greed and ambition that instigated Lady Macbeth. Set in the pandemic-stuck world, the film brilliantly uses face masks as a narrative prop in its dialogues and visuals. The music by Justin Verghese also sets up a melancholic tone across the film, which supports the narrative to a good extent. And did we not mention how good Fahadh Faasil is in this film? Maybe we are tired of shouting superlatives for Fahadh by now. Well, yes, he's magnificent yet again. A Macbeth as far from Macbeth as it can be, and yet a Macbeth to celebrate for years to come. Watch the look on his face when he learns his father might not survive for long. Watch him when relatives shout about the death at a distance. Every scene of Fahadh is magic on screen, and Joji establishes yet again that Mr. Faasil is the best contemporary actor in the country today. So what do you think, guys? Is Joji a story about a Kerala household alone? Or is it a story about a country we might know? A country celebrated in the name of the mother, where most females hardly stand any ground and are witnesses to all crimes, some of which they support while others which they endure. A country run by the fathers, be imaginative or literal, religious or social, who hardly care for their children and are obsessed with their own power and positions. And the children bereft of care and compassion in life either pass on the same ferocity to the younger ones or intervene with violence. Joji intervenes. Or it could have been Jason sometime in the future, or the young Poppy who actually got the toy gun into the household. After all, these characters are all under the influence of the same witches. Not 3 this time, but many more. We, the society, you and me, are the witches who nurture the patriarchy, enable the fake entitlements and material wishes, and create new Joji inside our homes every day. You and me are the witches to Joji, and it's us whom he alleges in his suicide note. But then, does that mean Joji meets all our expectations? Not entirely. It's a fascinating subversion of one of the all-time best tragedies, but you take out the Macbeth factor, the experience gets somewhat uneven. We wish there would be some more drama in the climax and Joji's character arc would be stretched further, so that someone viewing without delving into the extremely interesting and engaging Macbeth analogies could also enjoy this new film. Or maybe the actor-director combo we have is always pushing us to compare with Maheshinte Pratikaram and Thondi Muthalam Drikshakshyam, both extremely satisfying films in all respects, which would be unfair to expect from an experimental adaptation. Nevertheless, this isn't a film to be missed at any cost. For Fahadh, for Dileesh, for Shyam Pushkaran's wonderful writing, and for William Shakespeare, who makes you realize how successful he was in breaking the boundaries of time and space. That is all from us today. Requesting your support in terms of shares and subscriptions once again. Thank you for watching.